Всем привет, привет, здесь. Ты мне скажешь, а что ты вчера приз здесь получил?
Я знаю, я просто нашел какую-то деревню.
Я еще до деревни-то не дошел.
Я просто бегал по карте.
Ну, смотри, ты проснулся, и вот ты вот пока в этом подземелье еще.
Только не убивай вот эту кнопку, когда будешь около людей. Случайно. Там режим убийцы включается, ты можешь всех убивать. Я тупанул, и на меня нагрелась вся деревня. Я случайно нажал, даже ударить не успел. На меня уже штук 8 охранников набежали и предложили арест, тюрьма или сражаться до последнего. Вот ты, Николайте. Не, она прикольная. Можно основное. Бежать до мужика.
Написано кнопку. У меня не эльф. Вот у меня кузнечное дело, и это прокачано.
Thank Matharu. Another survivor. Are there any more? I suppose that's a little bit of kindness from fate. May those still trapped inside rest peacefully. This was supposed to be a nice isolated grove. So much for that.
Это и есть ЛПГ, чтобы ты набрал кучу заданий и потихоньку
The well
выполнял.
was a beautiful dream, an end to death, a cure to tragedy. It would have made war pointless.
Потому что дальше по сюжету.
We should have known it was too good to exist.
Ну и что, потом со временем пойдешь.
Who knows why the Tuatha hate mortals? Who knows why the Fae do half the things they do? For Morris Hughes was one of the greatest minds of our generation. The Well of Souls was a dream that was almost too good to come true. Stay safe. We'll be moving soon. It isn't safe here. Stay safe. We'll be moving soon.
Told them we needed more guards. Another survivor? But I've never seen you in the tower. Were you one of the professor's assistants in the downstairs projects? Did he escape with you? That sounds like him. Professor Hughes was very thoughtful. I mean, he is very thoughtful. I'm sure he found a way to get out. He must have! Alistair is remote enough that we don't get a lot of visitors. And with our research, fewer visitors means fewer questions. Brilliant idea, the Well of Souls. Plucks dead people out of the ether, rebuilds their body, and brings them back to life. At least that's what it was supposed to do. Guess we'll never know if it worked now. Oh, you mean Agarth? He visits Hughes every once in a while. I never could figure out why they got along. He's friendly enough, if a bit odd. You should be able to find him in Gorhart, just down the road, past the ruins. You can't miss it. I just don't understand the Tuatha. I mean, most Fae aren't violent. The wild ones can be, but no more than any forest animal. But the Tuatha are some sort of cult among the Winter Fae. Before they invaded Erethel, no one could have imagined the Fae ever marching to war. We all knew Fomerus was a genius, but I'll admit, even I had my doubts about him being able to bring the dead back to life. Guess the Tuatha weren't very pleased that it worked. We should be safe here, at least.
I saw you fighting there. We could have used more of you. Did they really have a troll?
Посох у меня там.
I don't know how the Tuatha found us, but if they had a troll, it couldn't have been an accident. Fate was kind to collapse that doorway behind you, or they would have chased us into the glade. We started building here when they found Prismere in the mines nearby. Never thought we'd see Tuatha this far out west, though. The well was incredible, but it took armloads of Prismere crystals to keep the thing active. That's why we built it so close to the Stone Candle mines. They even put in a few tunnels to deliver the crystals directly into the well. I told them it wasn't safe. Looks like I was right. Again. Fate waivers? Ah, charlatans. You swears by them. But I'll be damned if I trust my future to some cards. They're technically a type of wild fae. Related to the fae of the summer and winter courts, actually. Dangerous enough in the wild. The Tuatha also use them in their army. I never did trust fae to begin with. Well, those Tuatha are the worst sort. They waged some sort of holy war against humans and Alpha for years now. But the front's all the way out east. What are they doing out here? How did they know about this place? Good luck out there.
The you? You're the one? How did you come back? How did you find me here? When I saw you with Edsel in the well, I ran. But it wasn't because I was afraid. I was coming to report that Hughes's experiment had succeeded. The Well of Souls is bigger than just one gnome's pet project. My contact pays well for information about its progress. I just send reports to make some money on the side. But I don't know how the Tuatha found out. This has nothing to do with them. I never wanted anyone to get hurt.
Угу, вон у меня тебе, видишь, горит зеленый. Я могу убеждать людей.
I never meant for anyone to get hurt. But at this point, what's a little more blood on my hands?
Ой. Ты вообще в какой-то данжи зашел. За маму. О. А ну, я знаю, я уже взламывал сундук. Рассказывает мне сказки. Я, блин, больше тебя играл в такие игры, и ты мне это сейчас... А ты который никаких в такие игры не играешь. Сказки мне рассказывают, как это. А, ломовки с третьей надо. Понятно. Так, сюда можно, и можно еще вниз сходить. Пойдемте вниз. Так, что-то мне эта местность не нравится. Тупик какой-то. Сундук. Во, видишь, взломал. Ой. Для кого-то тупой, я его быстро взломал. Ну, молот новый дали. 34. Блин, он крутой. Круче, чем этот. Мои кинжалы. А кинжалы быстрые. Ух ты. Да ладно, испытаем. Испытаем. Вот я дальше пошел. Набрал кучу вещей. Железный меч. Тупой. Молот крутой. О, какой меч крутой. Ледяной посох, огненный посох. Скипетр. О, крутой щит. Ты не крутой. А, вон как. Все, я дальше пошел. Данжик. А вот ты говоришь, со своего аккаунта это очки не учитываются, битва за там, то что со своего аккаунта идет.
You've come from the tower, haven't you? Name's Agarth. Maybe you can help an old fate weaver, eh? Did he? Poor old Fomerus Hughes. He respected the way the world works. What a shame. He's probably dead by now. When he started his experiments here, he asked me if they'd ever be successful. The cards told me that the Well of Souls would work, but its success would come on the day that Hughes was to die. The old man took it pretty well, honestly, although we did a lot of drinking after that. You're the one. Then that means it all makes sense now. The cards this morning. I drew the Gravedigger, the Running Man, and the Beast. Prepare yourself. They're coming. Another victory! Killed a mortal.
Не видел, что он вытворял. Финишкин так полный.
What? How? What are you? The threads of fate. I've seen them before, but I've never seen anyone manipulate them like that. You just changed how the world was supposed to work. How did you do that? You just... Fate is the will of the gods. No mortal should be able to change it. How is that even possible? Come here. I'm going to do a reading. You might be able to change the threads, but fate will still have a plan for you. I promise not to tell you if I see your death. That would be my guess. He was an academic, but he had a proper respect for fate's plan, unlike most gnomes. You're nervous. Relax. This is what fate weavers do. I'll be seeing your place in the pattern of destiny. Who you are, what you've done, where your path takes you. Or, at least, I should be. You're real, right? I swear I haven't had that much. Fate's weave is always hard to see. It's in motion, hard to make out, but undeniably there. Yours is just... missing. This doesn't make sense. All mortal creatures have a place in the pattern. You should have one too, dead or not. If this is true, and I'm not saying I believe it, then your path is yours to determine.
Лишенный судьбы. Ваша судья только что воскрешенный, считаю бессловным и готовы менять согласие вашим желаниям. А разбойник, в отличие от многих воинов. А у меня лишенный судьбы стоит. Меняется согласно вашим желаниям. Нет, я могу оставить это и все. Я любу... У меня будет как кем захочу, тем и буду.
А вот это ты пойдешь по плану. Просто если ты выйдешь бойца, у тебя плюс к урону будет. Сопротивление стихиям. Это к воровству, разному там владению идет.
А видишь, тут еще закрыто. А я могу всем быть вообще, получается. Я могу их качать и качать.
Ну да. Нет, ты будешь качать только одно. Вот бойца выберешь, остальные силы будут прокачиваться, а другие нет.
А почему лишенный судьбы тоже будет прокачиваться, получается?
То есть ты выберешь определенный бойца, и вообще судьбы идет, там на рандом история.
Я не хочу.
It could mean
Я
nothing,
не могу там оставить это.
or it could mean everything. The world is changing. You might be a sign of that, or maybe the cause. I've never had a reason to doubt my own readings, but we should consult with Arden. He's not a friend, but he's got a good eye for the tapestry. I'll meet you at his home to the east. I'm going to see if I can be of any help to the wounded at the tower. Once I was Agarth the Unyielding, the Blade of Avgrum. I wrestled the Colossus priestess and declined
Я
knighthood
буду
by the High
этим
King of the
жрецом,
Fae.
магом.
I was a hero of men, but that wasn't enough for me. I joined the Fate Weavers, hoping to find a way to conquer destiny itself. Turns out fate is the one thing I couldn't fight. You can find Arden's little cottage in the middle of Joven. Had to move there when he got run out of town. He's a damned good Fate Weaver, but that doesn't make you very popular. Especially not in dark days like these. We are all threads in the tapestry of fate, measured, woven, and cut according to a great plan. Fate Weavers undertake the task of reading those threads. Our title always was a bitter lie, since we have no control over how that tapestry is woven. But you do. And when a Fate Weaver looks at your place in the weave, we see only the shapes of what you may choose to become. The Fate Weavers were once a great, unified order of sages from all the mortal races. We foretold the destinies of kings and gods. But that power takes a toll. Nobody likes bad news. And all the news in the world is getting worse. The Order splintered long ago. Now the old traditions are all but lost. And all I foretell is the fate of my beer. And I see it being empty soon. That's just it. I don't know if you've got one. But that's why we're going to see Arden. He lives in a little hut to the east in Yulven. I'll meet you there. What could this all mean?
А вот смотри, я теперь искатель еще могу быть. Мастером на всем руки, специалистом в любых видах боя. Перестрелка, либо магическую. Новый этот появился. Мастер на все руки. Они стрёмные. Я говорю, они стрёмные доспехи те уже. У меня они тоже есть. Нет, они стрёмные. Для меня уже стрёмные. У меня кому-то надето. Так, новое задание о мертвом киле каком-то. Легенда Калкина-Наноса. Что об экспедиции связаться? О, вот это мне надо.
Of all the songs in halls of lore, there echoes none more grand than Olane's many feats of might, the pure and lady of the light. She is a knight of golden knot. She is the cure seeker, the conscience of the summer fae. She is the heart of spring, of day.
Так, как аккаунт посмотреть. Бык стоял, я к нему подошел, у меня я его убил. Я его убил уже. Я к нему просто подошел, он меня быднул. Я его убил. Нанес. А, вулкан.
Everyone just stand back. The warden can't work when you're crowding so close. Go back to your business. Go on.
Yeah. I don't care what you race. It's a tragedy whenever anyone's savaged like this. Just look at the poor creature. She's been beaten to the brink of death. The Fae may be strange, but they certainly don't deserve this. I'm the Warden of Goreheart, and a poor one at that. I've been back from the war for only 6 months and been Warden for less than 2. Now here I am with an injured Fae on my doorstep. I'm a disgrace. We keep a precarious peace with the Court of Summer, one that's tested every day. I lie awake at night worrying what kind of disaster awaits me in the morning. But we're a good community full of good people. We have our eccentrics, sure, but we work hard and live quietly. That's the best anyone can do these days. Our fate rests in the hands of a few chosen who fight in the east. You wouldn't even know it in Goreheart. We're miles away from the smoke and the screams. Peaceful Fae make up the tribe known as the Court of Summer. They are led by a king in a faraway city, hidden from mortal eyes. That's about all I know. Little more than rumors and stories from my youth. I don't know what the Tuatha would be doing this far from the front lines. It must be something vital to their interests. They're a wicked breed, though, and I pity the man who meets up with them in these darkened forests. I've spent most of my life dealing with them, but they aren't like us. Not at the core. They don't know what it means to be a man who sweats to feed his family, Goreheart has become a sort of refuge for those settlers who wish to live a life free of Fae. I don't see that lasting. Not with the war. Not with everything changing. It appears she was attacked with some manner of short blade. Likely a dagger, although there's no way I can be sure. People simply stood by as she called for help. No one lifted a finger. Can you imagine? It's shameful to treat another in such a way, even if she is a Fae. I don't know whether we possess the knowledge to treat such a wound. Frankly, I don't even know if I could save a mortal with such grievous wounds. Well, you're the only one. With all the troubles we've suffered in this village, people are weary of adversity. They'd rather just ignore it. I'm going to suggest something a bit untraditional. There's a Fae named Eri. She spends her days up on the hill overlooking the village. Seek her wisdom. I would do it, but I'm a coward. That's the truth. Perhaps a Fae will know how to heal a Fae. If not, then we're back where we started. She spends her days in the precipice overlooking the village. She doesn't think we're aware of her presence, but we most certainly are. Bye now.
Hi.
Damn Red Legion.
Мне надо подать вещи. Где подать вещи?
What is the mission hiding? Why are its gates forever closed? These are the questions we all should be asking. Do the half-truths of these wise men exhaust you as they do me? I have listened to their prayers for too long. There are other voices to be heard.
Нет. Мне вещей дофига просто. Сдать ненужные вещи и в сундучке взять кому-то и золотые вещи. О, смотри, что мне дали. Меч кому-то. Какой? Так, чудовище какое? 19 гав... О, смотри. О, вот это кому-то.
Да, поставь как дополнительное.
А они стрёмные.
Не, ставь это типа, ну, основное дополнительное.
Здесь поменяющая на луч.
Вот.
А здесь получается...
Луч круче.
Несколько лана. Есть толтой. О, смотри. Капюшон долины. Шлем хранителя. Что ты там говорил?
Там надпись такая. 21 плюс.
Что ты там говорил?
Игра в кальмара.
Ух ты, щит кому-то твердый. Ух ты! Смотри, какой башный щит. Каким я на кого похож теперь? Блять, ты тупой, я тебе сейчас... Это... Мозгами своими думай сначала. Кидает.
Greetings. You there, halt!
Ой.
Don't let me catch you making trouble again. Take care.
Yes. Are you here for a weapon? Going to earn a lord's favor in this ridiculous war, are you? Look around you. These are no mere woods. This is the heart of the Feylands. Once you enter the forest, you won't emerge again until you reach the plains. We here in Goreheart are far from the front, and deliberately so. Our hearts may be with the Alfar, but our bodies stay here, safe on the other side of Dalentarth. We've seen our fair share of dead. The truth is, we have as many cemeteries as we do settlements. It is an Alfar stronghold in the east, and if the reports from the front are to be believed, Melsenshir is all that stands between the Tuatha and us. I intended to pledge my sword to the Alfar, to fight the blasted Tuatha. Had my helmet freshly polished, my sword sharpened to a deadly edge. Then I saw the carts headed west. They carried the corpses of the fallen, some all the way from Melsenshir. After that, my fire to fight went out. Forever. I was raised to know weapons before anything else. You won't meet many women who could fashion arrow fletchings before they could speak. Fae are one with this land in ways that no mortal race could ever be. They are true creatures of magic. Leave the village, walk 50 paces in any direction, and you'll find a Fae. Pray it's a friendly one. I hear their warriors die as easily as any others, only they don't stay dead. That can be a problem during wartime. Troublesome creatures, the Alpha. No doubt this war is a result of their meddling in the affairs of others. I'll be here.
I'm exhausted.
А, во, я могу изготовить мечи. Сам себе кузнец.
Yes. Can I help you? I'll be here.
Хочу продать.
Hello. Welcome to Goreheart, the last settlement before the Feylands. How can I fill your pack today?
Хочу продам. Продать весь хлам. Блин. Так, давайте сначала вещи в хлам кинем. Инвентарь. Оружие. Потому что он так не продает. Самому. Ой! Ничего. Чуть это.
А у тебя череп стоит перекрыт, ты не сможешь.
Care to part with some gold? You will find it settled on a small lake beside the eastern road. Compared to Gorhart, Didenhill could be called a city. Some call it the Camp of Cowards, on account of it being settled by those who refuse to enter the forest. Can you blame them? Never trust a wood that whispers. There's Nettie the smith, and Nanny handles potions and remedies. The inn's across the way if you fancy a pint. Keep an eye out for the Red Legion, though. Oh, I doubt it's an organized group. More likely that it's one scared idiot with a knife. I heard someone in the village mention the Red Legion, but that can't be true. The Alfar and the Tuatha have been at each other's throats for nearly a decade now. I can't remember the reason. I wonder if they can, the fools. Me? Widowed, going on 5 years now. All my boys were taken by the Tuatha. Both sons, my brother, and my beloved Avery. Wicked business, this war. I refuse to speak of them. Please respect my wishes. I told you, I will say no more on this matter. The Fae are elemental creatures, magical and strange. None too considerate of us mortals either. They see us like pets, or worse, like bugs. It's best that you stay out of the eastern forest. I've seen things you can't even imagine. The road is dark and dangerous, and it's a long hike to Didenhill. Goodbye.
You there! Halt! Don't let me catch you making trouble again. Stay out of trouble. Yes?
Enough of the oppression. Enough of the lies. Enough of the spiritual hoarding and claims of superiority. Mitharu does not judge. She loves. Mitharu does not dwell behind the mission's walls, no. She is in every rock, and every tree, every bud, and every stone. She is with all of us.
Behave yourself.
You there? Do you feel nauseous? Itchy? Have you noticed any blood leaking from your eye sockets? I've been noticing the symptoms everywhere. No, this situation could not be any worse. If the Red Legion is involved, then we could all be staring death in the face. What have I done? Haven't you seen it? The grim tower to the west. Avoid its shadow if you can, because what transpires inside Alistar will benefit no one. I would know. Bandits, ruthless and well organized. The Red Legion is reaping many rewards by preying on vulnerable Almine settlers traveling east. Long ago, these villains confined themselves to the coast, but recently they've moved inland to avoid the war. Now they're our problem. I have seen many conflicts unfold, but never have I seen one in which the fates of so many are at stake. The Tuatha will not settle for simple victory. They want total domination and will do whatever it takes to achieve it. If you must know, my name is Nani Henry, formerly the chief alchemist of Alistar. But you wouldn't know what that is, would you? When the scholars in the tower ordered me to leave the grounds, I took refuge here. The Almane are a private people, keen to keep to themselves, like me. They are the Undying, the corrupted roots. Their existence is an abomination. Everything in Amalur exists for a particular reason, except for the Tuatha. They're not meant to be. For years I dabbled in alchemy, healing, divination and transmutation. All of that seems frivolous now, what with the war looming over us. Now I spend my sleepless nights in search of a formula that will end such conflicts forever. Why ask questions when you could never understand the answers? It's clear your prowess is not with wit, but with a weapon. If you must know, something of value has been stolen. An alchemical formula that, if released, could cause untold devastation. I see its symptoms everywhere. Only my apprentice, Karth, and I knew of my work on the formula, but he's gone missing as well. I do not deserve such goodwill after what I've engineered. If disaster occurs in Odorath, it will be on my head. I'm not sure where Karth may have gone, but I knew that before he came to me, he found shelter in the ancient chambers of Agnurfar Hall, an Irathi ruin east of Gorhart. Once you've ensured Karth's safety, you must learn what's happened to my formula. When you do, destroy it. It's the only way to keep us safe. The villagers believe it's haunted, but I have a feeling that's a ruse devised by the Red Legion. They mean to terrorize these people into submission, and it's working. I fear for his life. Karth was gifted in a way that I've witnessed in only a select few. If the Red Legion has him, there's no telling of how he'll be treated. He always spoke of his time as a wastrel living in the abandoned halls of Agnurfar Hall, the Irathi ruin. People say it's haunted, but people say many things. Farewell.
Mitharu believes in justice, in equality, in order. What order is there when few choose to subjugate the many? Help me to expose the mission for what it truly...
Welcome to St. Odwig's perpetual mission. I would invite you in, but the Order has been too trusting in the past. We try to learn from our mistakes. Although, one never knows what might be a test of faith. You have arrived just when I am in need of aid. So perhaps Mitharu is at work. I have been with the mission since its founding. These boys are like my sons. I live my life as an example of Mitharu's wishes for our kind. The first bricks were laid 50 years ago by Odwig himself, before his demise at the hands of trolls. We honor him by converting the Fae to the worship of Mitharu. Alas, we have yet to convert a single one. But that does not keep us from trying.
Какие у меня доспехи надетые меч?
The Fae are stubborn fools. They treat their souls like toys,
Золотые.
with no thought of right or wrong, chaos or order. We at St. Odwig's have worked for years to establish a presence on this hill. It's not been without its challenges. The call of the Feylands does not fall upon deaf ears, and many of our youngest don't have the will to resist. Take Brother Egan, for example. 2 nights ago, Egan ventured past the walls to collect firewood and never returned. We must find him before anything happens. Mitharu be praised. His order reigns supreme. Brother Egan was last seen northeast of here, just off the road near the Fey ruins. Please find him. Perhaps then we can welcome you into the fold with open arms. He is a good boy, but our youngest, and Egan often suffers from doubt. That is to be expected. One can only grow out of conflict, especially conflict of the spirit. I tried my best to comfort him and tell him that wisdom would come in time, but he is impatient, brash. He wanted a faster way to enlightenment and power. Egan was last seen in the woods outside the walls, just north of the village. May Mitharu protect you.
Enough of the oppression! Enough of the lies! Enough of the spiritual hoarding and claims of superiority! Mitharu does not judge. She loves. Insist that St. Odwig's admit monks of all sexes and races into its ranks, or tell them to peddle their poison elsewhere. Enough of the oppression, enough of the lies, enough of the spiritual hoarding and claims of superiority. Mitharu does not judge, she loves. Do the half-truths of these wise men exhaust you as they do me? I have listened to their prayers for too long. There are other voices to be heard.
Stay indoors after sundown. Damn Red Legion.
I hope you are finding peace in Goreheart. Most of them are decent folk, with their eyes to the heavens. Bless you, child.
попасть. Проход закрыт.
Whatever you do, avoid the monks of St. Odwig's Perpetual. They deal in lies and false tenets. Their light... It is the name I chose when I baptized myself in the clear waters of Mitharu. She was wronged by someone in this village. That is an injustice I can never make assumptions. You don't know. It is less a mission than a fortress of deception. Father Dinwell will try to defend his cause, but he is simply a soldier. He would be a good man if he could see past the rigidity of his faith. Mitharu embraces... If such creatures were not part of the authorities' plan, then they would not exist in nature, period. Mitharu's divine...
Так, а как мне туда попасть? Не надо сюда. А, вон в обход идти надо будет. Кроме бабай.
Hello there.
I don't know if what the Fae say about these stones is true, but if it is, well, this is just too good to not save forever. Lystrom was out of town when Artol was visiting. Now, Lystrom doesn't know Artol, and Artol is older and strange. She could be mistaken for a fate weaver. So, when Lystrom came back to town, here was Artol the Oracular. I said to Lystrom, I hear her readings are amazing. You should go. My, you should have seen it. A rooster, she said, will change into a man, and this man will become your lover. He will provide for you, and he will make you laugh, and he will make your life exciting and easier. But, and this is something you can never forget, he must never eat chicken. And once in a while, you will need to peck at things on the ground, and every morning at the break of dawn, you'll hear a loud cry from him.
May your hollow gods keep you mortal. I am called Air. Your face is new to me. You're different from those in Gorhart. Have you come to ask about the Tuatha? I can offer only what I know, and hope it will suffice. I wandered the forest for many seasons, listening to lore. Before that, I dwelled in the gardens of Issa. I prefer the quiet of this village, the mirth of the witless. I adore every sad soul in the village, even stubborn Herc with his tender heart, and drunken old Arnick. I watch them from my perch, hoping to learn the meaning behind their pursuits and passions. If I could... Feylands? Yes, I've heard these words before, but do not understand their meaning. There are only Fae, and there is only land. They contain memories, great moments, ideas, songs. The Fae do not record their words in ink or on paper. Ink. Lore stones mark where our kind has made a lasting impression, where the seasons slowed to take note of glory on a grand scale. We are kin to the seasons and cycles of all life. Mortals may view the warmth of the petals and smell the beauty of a newborn bud, but only Fae. I cannot reveal much. The gardens are the jewel of the summer court. It is located far east of here in a wood so thick it would devour all but those who knew its secrets. Do not pursue such mysteries, mortal. I find them so interesting, from their vestments to their odd habits and demeanors. Just strange creatures you are. Strange, but glorious. I feel them near, flitting through the western woods like shafts of shadow in the sunlight. What could have brought them here, I wonder? The Tuatha do not trouble themselves with easy prey. If they prowl these woods, it is for worthy quarry. Yes, I witnessed this crime, although I did not recognize the one who perpetrated it. It is often difficult to distinguish one mortal from another. The victim was Illuvia, but I knew her only by name. You must be hoping that I can offer advice, but I cannot. If she is meant for the Great Cycle, then so be it. However, I would be quite interested to find out whether one of my kind would benefit from one of your mortal remedies. I've always wondered. It will need to be powerful. Your delicate forms are far more sensitive than ours. In fact, it's astounding that you survive as long as you do. All of us are at the mercy of the changing seasons. If it is one's time to pass into the Great Cycle, then we must not protest. The passing is keeping with autumn, and is as natural as the eventual rebirth. Perhaps your mortal apothecary can provide one. You can always create the potion yourself if you possess the skill. Farewell.
Так, давайте на этом месте сохранимся. Всем спасибо, кто был на стриме. Попозже будут еще стримчики.
Даже
Вот.
Маш, ты кофе будешь? А то я сейчас залью. Заливать или пойдем?
Всем спасибо, кто был на стриме. Сегодня будет стрим по прохождению игры Звездные войны падший Орден. Да, ждем вас всех на стриме. Заходите, ставьте лайки, подписывайтесь.